Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to another JohnnyBrento's JuJu for the week of February 16th. Lots going on. This past weekend I got to go hang out with our good friend Jason Jaybird Wheely, aka the man known as Fagin, the single-handed launcher of the cult of Fagin from Respawner. I had a good time. Hadn't seen Jay in a while, and since he was forced to drop out to take that due to some live stuff that came up, it was good to get to see him. And I know he's been through some personal hardships with related to a divorce and whatnot, and it was good to kind of be there in person and see that he landed on his feet. You know, I'll just leave it at that. Don't want to get too personal. But great to see him again, and finally get to see his whole layout there near Durham. Chapel Hill, Durham. I'm still kind of like gray area exactly where he lives, even though I was there and he drove me around and everything. We also got to go check out an amazing film, not because it was great storytelling, but because some of the casting was really spectacular, and that of course was Texas Chainsaw 3D. Bit of a revisionist history in that going on in that film. Sort of wiped out the other sequels, and it served as a direct sequel to the original 1974 Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Geeks, give me a break if that date's not right. Just guessing there. I liked it, but I'm not going to like go into any kind of detailed review in this vlog, because you can check out Brento's Budget Filmmaking Podcast, episode 19, posted out of sequence so that we can, capitalize on the movie, being out right now. And there's a discussion with Jason about working with MVP and just kinds of projects what makes an actor tick on this indie level where you're not getting paid, and how do they select projects that they want to do. And as a bonus feature to the podcast, there is our quick review. Now, I should say that I'm planning on doing an in-depth discussion of Texas Chainsaw 3D with Strebo this afternoon, which will be on an upcoming episode of MVP Mutant Radio. Hopefully, Jason will be able to join us for that, but whether he is or not, that is going to happen, so the in-depth review will be there. What we do as a bonus content for Brento's Budget Filmmaking is just a little spoiler-filled chat about what we liked and thought maybe didn't work about the film. And it's much shorter than of course, an MVP Mutant Radio discussion, which can, as you know, drag on from anywhere from 30 minutes to 4 hours. So, but lots going on with the new film, the extension of Take That, which is called Mother of Vampires. The script still being written. I will rush no script. I have 2 of the 3 acts fully written, and I'm into the 3rd act right now. But it's the kind of thing where I don't like to okay, I have to write so much tonight. I just kind of write as inspiration hits me. And on a personal note, I've started back my training now, and I don't want to say too much about that until I'm successful at it, and then I'll brag lots. I'll be like, man, look what I did. But anyway, I've gotten pretty serious about that, so I'm doing that basically every day. And that it's a funny thing, when you first start working out, I find that you don't feel so creative, but as soon as you get that endorphin bath that starts coming after every workout, I find that inspiration picks up once it's the strain, your body kind of adjusts to the load. Just fundamentally speaking, I think that as far as workouts go and discipline and almost any aspect, your job, or speaking of which, or your diet or whatever, you can almost always take more than you think you can take, especially with physical training. The human body can endure so much more than the average person believes it can. So that's my motto right now. I'm just like, I'm working with the trainer, so it's like, show up, whatever they say do it to the best of your ability, do it as hard as you can, and tomorrow we'll show up again at 5:30 a.m. and do it all over again. So easy, just like basic training. You lose money every time you don't follow an order in the Army, so it's very easy. So this is the same sort of thing, same sort of mindset. Working on new t-shirts design for Mad Monster Party. Have a couple I'm feeling pretty good about. At least one you guys have seen the C for Chaos. There will definitely be variations of that. The Expressions of Chaos shirt, I don't have it on now, but you've seen it. And we'll definitely be offering those at Mad Monster Party. Getting pretty excited about Mad Monster Party, by the way. Had a quick discussion with Schreiber last night about some promotional bumpers we're hoping to do with Mutisha the first little bit of February. February is a big month for us, by the way. Obviously, as you just saw, Take That was accepted in Evermore, so we'll be attending that en masse, hopefully getting some cool footage for the site at that whole event. It's always a barrel of monkeys being up there, but having a film in it, bonus. And then, of course, shooting the bumpers for Mad Monster Party that same month. Also, 2 more shoot days for, we'll call it part of Take That, but it's actually part of Mother of Vampires, because Take That is sort of an act. It's just what you see in the short film is not the entire act. There's a bit that happens right after what you see in the film that was just too big for us to shoot at the time with our limited budget and whatnot. So we're going to be shooting those 2 days in the month of February. And then I think the weekend or maybe 2 weekends after we'll be at Nevermore. So it's a pretty big month. And then, of course, the entire time, pre-production's working on Mother of Vampires. And on that note, we're having a reading for, hopefully we're going to fill 2 more characters in the cast. And these are actually pivotal characters. So we've got 4 people lined up to read Thursday night. I think I might have recruited a new producer to help us out, so that's awesome. Then that kind of fell together. Just, it's not like what you know, it's who you know kind of a thing. So I'm hoping that works out. Maybe next week I can tell you more about it. Maybe I can say, hey, we've cast our our co-lead in Mother of Vampires. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. That's really about it for the vlog. I'm going to post the rest in the article. Please check out Brento's Budget Filmmaking Podcast. Please go like the fan page, and as always, if you want to listen ahead, there are more episodes are up on the fan page and also the Libsyn page, which I'll link to in this article. But these are going to be just released one at a time on Wednesdays via mutantville.com. Of course, they come much faster because I want to get to what's current. Right now, I'm seeing a lot of movies and stuff like that. And when I want to talk about it, it's like, hey, if I release it in sequence on the podcast, then you're not going to hear it until way past the time. Hey, I will mention a cool movie I watched recently. It's called Bernie, starring Jack Black. It's about a funeral director and a very odd relationship he had with a kind of a rich blue-haired lady, if you will, that ended up dead, based on a true story. And Jack Black, the guy's an embalmer. Jack Black just absolutely nailed this performance. Having some of y'all know, I was actually educated as a funeral service licensee, embalmer, and all that. And man, I just found this film so entertaining because I'm sitting there watching it, and the story's kind of told with a combination of dramatic and interviews. Like dramatic scenes showing Jack doing all the things that happened supposedly, and then people talking about that person and saying, "Oh, this guy was this, he was that. He was really awesome. Everybody loved him, whatever." And the irony though is that it's set in Texas, and I'm thinking, man, I don't know who these actors are, but they are nailing Texas. I mean, Texas redneck, they are nailing it. Come to find out, they're not actors at all. They're actually the real people, and this is based on true events. And it was such a revelation to me at the end of it. I just thought, holy crap, I'm totally going to keep this movie and watch it again. So that was a Redbox rental, and I've recently gotten into Redbox. Holy crap, $1.28 for a rental, or basically $1 a day, and you can get almost anything. There's probably 4 of them here in Albemarle. That is so kick butt. I'll never go back to Family Video. Pretty excited about that. Don't rent a ton of movies. Buy more than I rent, most likely. But in any case, I'm really glad to discover how convenient and easy. And you can even check on the internet and reserve them and go pick them up in the box. So there's no chance you'll show up and the movie you want to see is not there. Did have a chance to see Judge Dredd, or just Dredd, whatever. Really, really like that. Did not expect to like it that much because I wasn't a huge fan of the Stallone version of it. This version is much more like the comic, apparently, and very, very dark, and some spectacular CGI. have to give that one 2 thumbs up for sure. So check that out if you haven't. As far as what's in theaters this week, I don't know. I mean, you know, I might consider watching Texas Chainsaw 3D again. It was pretty darn entertaining. That's about it for the vlog, and we'll talk to you guys next week. Have a good one.